and said to myself, because things have moved on a lot, I said to myself, I need to up a lot more skills, because the more skills that you develop within a field, the wider the scope goes, right? So I knew AutoCAD very well, and then Office, Excel, that kind of stuff well, but I just thought that the markets are progressing somewhere else, like especially with architecture, it's going towards Revit. It's getting more like, for example, I do a drawing, you're an engineer, I'd email it to you, and then you'd look at it. If you made an amendment, it would be a PDF, come back to me. But with Revit, it's like you're in the drawing and I'm in the drawing. So if I'm doing something, you can see it as well, and then it could be like, it's a collaboration between all parties, engineers and architects and urban planners, everyone. So then I thought to myself, right, because there was a person where I was working that was done the Revit thing, and also I called up an old colleague of mine that we studied together at university, and his comment was, the best thing for you to do now is to retrain in BIM. BIM is like the Revit thing, so which is a little bit more complex. So I took that on board as well, and then when my employment finished with the place I was working, then I just got home and then just all right. I took on these new courses. So I took on like Photoshop, InDesign, 3D Studio Max. What was it?
BIM as well or not?
Not BIM, but the first thing was Revit. So Revit is like the first thing you need to know, and then BIM is like something you have to put on top of it.
After that.
So you can't do
BIM until you've got Revit.
Exactly, you're there. Okay, so I trained up all of these things, didn't work. So the money I had, I just plugged it straight into myself, and I had enough money to run the house, the kids, just all of that. So we're running with all of that thing, but then through time, money's going down.
Of course.
So there was a point where
you are using your
my own savings.
Yeah. So it's like things are going up, but nothing's coming in. So eventually, you've got limited funds there. Well, it doesn't matter how much they are.
Yeah.
They're dripping until you get to a stage where there's nothing there.
There's nothing.
And nothing to replace.
But I had a plan where, in my mind's eye, I had a plan where I would basically get all of this stuff done, and then the best thing for me to do is just to take my work and plug it into that stuff. So then when I go to an interview, it's like I can talk about it and it's my work.
Yeah.
So that's
you've got a portfolio to present.
Yeah.
Basically.
Upgraded the whole portfolio in a crazy way. Whereas before I had like CAD drawings, black and white drawings, where I just photocopied it. So when they would look at it, it would be like they would know it's a CAD drawing, black and white. But this time I completely just added color, made all those 2D drawings into 3D rooms, give them some views, so when they look at those images, they know that these images were manipulated by this software, that software, the text is running down, so that he used InDesign. So instead of so in the CV, I've got the list of all the software I've done, but when they look at the portfolio, they can actually see it as well. So I had to bring it up to like the level of the current students that are coming out of university now, because in my day, when I came out of university, I started university with drawing by hand.
Yeah, the old school way.
Yeah, and then by the time I left,
it was all
computers were just coming in.
And now they're on a different level altogether.
Now it's all split.
Now it's almost artificial reality. It's almost.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I was about to say that.
You it's a very different situation.
yeah.
Okay, so in a nutshell, all these things has been going on.
Well, in a nutshell, the nutshell is this. So, as time was progressing, my stuff was going okay, and I was happy because I thought, okay, the money's going down, but this is getting. I'm just ready to spring off now. So by the time I had one more drawing just to finish, and then the coronavirus kicked.
Yeah.
So when the coronavirus kicked, I didn't pay much attention, but when they started saying to people, everyone, like across the board, doctors, lawyers, whoever, even you, everyone, stay home.
Yeah.
Then I thought to myself, now it's going to be difficult to get work.
Yeah.
Because, if you're an employer and they've told you to stay home, You know, how are you going to recruit?
Precisely.
Because your business is hibernating now.
Correct.
So
yeah.
Then I thought, right, I've got to sign on because you know the house bills are still there.
No, that was the right thing to do.
So then I signed on, and then from.
So when did you sign on exactly? April or March 2020?
It was March.
Around March. So from the onset of the thing, you thought, you know what, I'm not going to take any. I don't know how long this is going to last for.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to sign on. That was the wise thing to do.
So I did that, and then in the middle of that, where they're telling people to.
Before that time, you never signed on.
No. So from there, I just because they're telling everyone to stay home and money's coming in, I just thought, let me just refine everything, read through everything, get everything ready, get all my files ready. So I'm doing that. So that took a lot of time as well. And then the software that I had were like the big softwares that I had. I didn't pay for. I got like the student versions of them. Yeah. But then when I wanted to get like Illustrator and InDesign, you know, you go onto YouTube videos and people tell you how to do it. And if you want a free copy, go here. Yeah. So I needed a copy of Illustrator or something. Okay. When I downloaded that, it started. I noticed problems with the computer because my computer is. It's actually for the stuff I do. You need a workstation. Yeah. So a workstation is the wrong side of at least £2,500, right? But I assessed it like this in the beginning because I had the money. I looked at all the software and I looked at all their criteria, what they need to run smoothly. And then I just thought, right, fine. Then I just went and got a gamer's computer. Because a gamer's computer is very powerful. It's powerful. It's got a lot of... But it says powerful, it does the job. Yeah. So I thought, okay, that's fine, let's do that.
So you got yourself a laptop?
I got myself a laptop, a gamer's laptop. Yeah. And then as I'm getting into the software and doing more things with CAD, you can just use the laptop. But then as you're getting into more sophisticated software, and then I thought to myself, I need a screen. So then I bought another screen. The screen is it's an IPS screen. IPS means, like, for example, if I took a photo of you now and I saw it on my laptop and you saw it, you'd see there'd be a lot more blue in you. But then if I put it on the IPS screen, you would see it like you see it on your mobile phone. Because the mobile phone screen is quite up there. So then I invested in that as well. And then when this problem happened with the computer, I gave it to this guy. He's a Muslim guy, he's a nice guy, but he's very funny where his shop is in Queensway. He comes in whenever he wants. So he comes in, his timing is not accurate. So he can come in any time from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Problem is, he doesn't know what time he's coming in on a daily basis. Like with you, you know you have to be here 8:30. Bang on 8:30. So like, let's say I have to see you every day for whatever reason. I know reliably that I'll probably be seeing you either on a 9 o'clock slot or a 10 o'clock slot because I say, look, I want to see you in the morning. So I know you're there. And the only time you're not going to be there is either a day off or for whatever reason. But then you would have made arrangements and you said, okay, let's go and see Cresta. So it's like a consistency, you know, and he doesn't have that consistency. And the day Are
you going to him because of referral? Or are you going to him because of the price? I mean, why are you specifically going to him?
I'm going
as opposed to someone else.
I'm going to him because a friend of mine I know for like 30 years has recommended this guy to me, this guy also works in a computer fair somewhere, so he does repair. So my friend had previously he's dealt with him for like 20 years. So and he said he's got.
You can get it, no problem. Go ahead.
Fine. Hi, Matt. Can I call you back? All right, man. Take care. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon. Okay. This was the guy that recommended me. So
speak with the
devil.
Yeah.
So the thing was that, but the thing is, he knows his stuff. So I got my computer, and I thought because I got it wiped with someone else, and then I gave it to him. My worry was that I needed the software now. Now I need the software again. And each software is only £3,500. So on my computer, you can say low end, I've got at least £7,000 to £8,000 worth of software.
Wow.
Because each one of them costs that much.
Yeah.
And So because he's a computer guy, I said to him, wipe the disk and I need the softwares as well.
And he's going to sort you out the software.
He put them all in, but the problem with him is like this.
And he will do that at a good price.
He did it. The whole thing cost me £200.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So he wiped the disk, he put the software in, but each software he charged me for it. But the problem is, he put all the software in, but he didn't bother click it and open it. He just put it in and left it, which I mean, working in an office, if you got a problem with your IT stuff, an IT guy would come, he'd look at you, tell him the problem, you'd give the computer, and then when you get it back, you know, it would be configured. He didn't bother even configure it.
Okay.
So that's adding more stress because like I get stress from the unemployment guys. The woman is like,
is this something you cannot do yourself? Configure?
I can only like, for example, with the monitor. For example, my monitor. Now I could take that wire, click it into this, and it will see it, and it would work because it's got auto detect.
Okay.
So anything it will just work.
Yeah.
And so I just thought, you know, it wasn't configured right, but I thought, you know, it doesn't matter, I'll work it out as I go along. I connected my, because he did 2 computers for me. He did one for the kids, and then he did one for me.
Okay.
He put Windows 11 on both of them. I had Windows 10 on both. So he put Windows 11 on both, charged me. So I got the kids one first back. He did that one straight. So I put my monitor to it, and it saw the monitor. So I was assuming that when I get my one back, it'll be the same deal. So I gave the kids, because they need it for Islamic studies, because we've got a guy in Pakistan that goes on Skype and he does the Quran with
Very
them.
good.
So it saves going to the masjid. You when you go to the masjid,
No.
your kids are going to be there. They're going to be playing for an hour, and the guy's going to probably see him for like 10 minutes. And
You don't know what they're learning really. You don't know very much.
And this guy
It's
is like,
efficient.
this guy is online.
I
So
understand. It's very good.
the kids are sorted.
Yeah.
So I get my computer back, I turn it on, and all my data, I definitely keep my data on a hard disk. It's never on the computer.
Okay.
So the software is on, I connect it, I go to Photoshop, I get an error message. Your graphics card doesn't match the software. Then I checked it online, and because he's put me a newer version, I thought it is, because I had a 2019 version worked correctly, 2022 is not working. I don't want to cause too much fuss. I don't mind. He can put an older version in. Instead of making things more complicated, don't worry, put an older version. As long as it works, actually, I don't really care. As long as I can start running. Because if I get a job in the middle, like if I get a private, because there's a builder next door, he says to me that there's an interior job coming. There's one in Harrow and there's one in Edgware Road. Do you want to do it? And I'm like, yeah, of course I could do that. And then, you know, start something off as well, you know, because we spoke about, you know, working for yourself. So this is this job coming. But how can I say yes to him if this is not working? You know, if you're a chef and you don't have no ingredients, you can't.
Or if you're a chef and you don't have the tools that you should be using, like knives and cooking pans and all that, they're not in order. How are you gonna do
So
it?
I can't. So like for example, if you want to give me something, and it gives me your number, you don't care. As a client, you're like, when can we sit down and get this thing, and then when can we get it done? Because you got business. This is 2 restaurants, so you could imagine you've just bought a shop.
Is that still in play?
I'm quiet at the moment. I'm not saying anything because the builder, what he said to me that I'll send you the information. I've sent you the information, but he hasn't. But I've got his number. I'm not saying anything.
So if your computer was all configured and all fixed,
I'll be on it, man.
you'd be on it.
I'll be on it.
Okay, well let's cut to the chase. Right now, you cannot get a hold of this guy.
No. He's come back from, I don't know if he's gone to Mecca or something, because he went for 2 weeks. So now I'm going to call him again. I haven't called him because he's got my stuff and okay, I'll give you this sort of psychology of this guy. We agreed Friday.
Yeah.
We agreed Friday, I'll come down and pick up my computer. Okay. I was running around at home, but I was checking my computer and I was like phoning him and texting him, no answer. Saturday came
Since last Friday.
This is
Friday gone.
This is like picking up stuff. This is like 2 weeks before he even left.
Oh, okay.
So now he's arrived. I'm just giving you a snapshot of what this guy's like. So Friday, we agreed, come back, take some of your equipment. I'm calling him Friday. no answer, he's not answering anything. Saturday comes along, I'll wake up in the morning, have a look at the Saturday morning, I look at everything and there's nothing there. So then, Saturday, as you know, you've probably got wife and kids, yeah? You're busy doing your stuff now.
The whole thing.
So when you're busy doing your stuff, you're doing your stuff,
Yeah.
We're not 16, 17 where our life is
in the hands.
No, it's in the phone. All these young guys, they live with the phone. They don't even walk the street. They're looking at their phone, and you have to give them a pump, and they're like,
Yeah.
Okay, so I look at it. He's not no message. So I'm running around with the wife and going to some shopping areas and doing whatever I'm doing. I get home, and I thought it was about 1 o'clock or something. 1 o'clock or 2. No, it was 3 o'clock. I called. 4 o'clock. I called him. I thought, let's call him. I called him. The first thing he said, don't you check your phone? I sent you a message. What's wrong with you? This is coming back from him. And I'm like, what? And he says, I've sent you a message, man. How come you haven't, I'm leaving my shop at 6 o'clock. I don't care what happens. I'm leaving at 6. This is me at home now in West Drayton. This guy
is in what? It's in Queensway.
That's what I think. And I said, so where are you?
An hour and a half.
And I said, where are you? And he goes, I'm very near work. So he's not even at work yet. And then as I'm talking to him, I click off because I'm not. It's only recently I'm quite sophisticated with the phone. I'm like, I can talk and then just go to the message and have a look. I thought that the phone is over, then I can look. Then I look and I said to him, but you sent me the message at 2 o'clock. And I checked everything yesterday, you didn't call where we agreed. I checked in the morning, you didn't call, and now you're telling me what's wrong with me, what's this? And he goes, look, if you want your equipment, come down, but I'm leaving at 6. So
what time is this now?
So we're talking about close 4:30, kind of 5. Okay. I jump in the car. London, trust me, London, there's not a stone in London I don't know. Like West London, all of it, I know it.
Yeah.
But what I don't know, because I've been here 14 years now, I feel like these farmers living in this area here, I don't know the congestion charge zones.
Okay.
Yeah?
Right.
So I shoot down with my daughter. And you got on that M40 flyover. Instead of getting off at Paddington, I got off at the Baker Street one. Now I didn't know. As you come down this way, before years ago, all these roads on this side, Marylebone Station, Baker Street Station, all of this, even before Baker Street Station, you could just take a turn and then go this way, get into Edgware Road, and I could find my way to Paddington, no problem. But now they've said no entry, and I'm scared because in the old days you could just take the no entry, but now they got cameras everywhere. London is a lot different than. Anyway, so then I take a turn this way. When I take a turn this way, I didn't know that's the congestion charge.
Yeah.
So I clipped the congestion charge, but I read Seymour Avenue. That was the last thing I said. And I said to my daughter, do you reckon we went through the congestion? And she went, maybe. So I took a turn, and then I was getting like, if I'd got off at Paddington, I would have gotten in time for this guy. And I crossed the congestion charge at 5:57. 6 o'clock would have been if I crossed it.
3 minutes.
It would have been no congestion charge. Right. So I take the turn and I'm like, shit, now I'm paying a congestion charge. But I thought, let me try to make it to this guy anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it, but there's too much more traffic. I can't make it.
Yeah.
So in the end, I put in £20 petrol.
Yeah.
I know I've crossed the congestion charge.
£10.
The silly thing with the congestion charge is actually that if you put your registration, it should say you crossed. But then when I was looking on the website, it says no. If you're not sure if you've crossed the website, because I spoke to a taxi guy as well, they said wait for a notice to come through.
And then the notice.
I'm not going to do that. Actually, I'm not going to.
The notice is going to be £60.
See, actually, I'm a poor man anyway. I'm not. Why am I waiting for these things?
You might as well take your chances and pay the bloody 15.
So actually, so this is what I did then. I didn't even bother with him then. I just went home, and I knew that he went to Mecca or wherever he did. So when I went home, I expanded the congestion chart thing, and I knew exactly where I went wrong. If this is the congestion chart, I snipped it like this.
Brother, I know exactly.
From one road, actually.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So now
I used to work in that area, and I know exactly what you're talking about. literally, had you got off Paddington, you've been all right. Had you went to Baker Street, but turn around, you've been all right. There's literally you have
there's one
one
cube that they give you.
You just come out from that. But what you've done is you went in, Seymour on that, that's the Edgeworth side, you definitely went in.
Yeah, I definitely went in.
I know, and so, this is 3 minutes to 6. Yeah, I understand all that.
So I blow up the map and I see that, and then I said to myself, you know what, forget it. So £20 petrol. Then I thought, you know what,
15 quid,
let's do the congestion charges.
So
now I'm out £40.
I will do the same.
Right, so I paid that regardless because I thought to myself, there's a 90% chance that I went in that zone.
Yeah.
Just forget it. Just pay it.
Yeah.
Man. So I paid it. So I paid it.
Yeah.
Came back and I'm angry, and then I open the computer, look, and that's not working. So I thought to myself, okay, now he's gone to Mecca or wherever he's gone to. So now he's arrived. He hasn't called, and I'm going to call him this week. But I'm saying to him, because I know he lives in Mill Hill, he gives an excuse where he says that he takes his grandchildren to school.
Oh, he's got grandchildren.
And then when he finishes with his grandchildren, then he comes to work. I'm going to say to him, like, you know what? I paid you, and I didn't bargain with you. You know, I just, whatever figure you said, I paid you. Because, you go to your shop, he's got a hadith on and everything there. So you think so. And plus, in that place where he works in Queensway, he's the one holding Jama prayer. So...
But Mr. Feyim, brother, you are a sophisticated man. And you know that no one is perfect. And you know that sometimes, even some of the early companions, even though they were religious and pious, but they had their faults.
But I discovered the faults as my journey with this guy.
This is such is life, brother. So now at the moment, do you think, say you met him tomorrow, do you think your equipment is ready? Do you think do you think so?
I think I've written a list of everything. Photoshop, this is not working. So I've got a list of everything.
Has he confirmed that he's fixed them?
No, I haven't given it to him yet. I haven't contacted him yet because he's arrived or he hasn't arrived.
So now, when you contact him, you say to him, "Look, mate, this is the situation. I want you to do this, right? Okay, that's your plan. Plan of action. Because last time
my plan of action is this. Actually, I'm going to say to him this. I said, look, the computer needs to be reconfigured. Right, instead of me, because the funny thing about him is when I talk to you on the phone, this is another silly thing about him. It's like he's not even from England. It's like when I phone you, you're like, you're talking to me. This guy, he's talking to me and he's talking to someone else as well. He's not focused.
Yeah, I know.
So that's unprofessional. So I thought I'm going to write everything down. I'm going to phone him. I'm going to say to him, listen, Aki, this is what I'm going to do. You got a piece of my equipment. So instead of me going to Queensway, because I'm £40 down last time, right? So I'm £40 down. It doesn't matter. I'll still pay you for the repair, but I'm coming to your house because you live in Mill Hill. Mill Hill's good for me. It's a laptop. It's not a floor stander. So I can come to your house. Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't need to go into your house. You can bring the laptop, I open it, I can connect it to the car, whatever, I can see it, because I'll take my hard disk. And then, if there's any configurations, you can do, because Mill Hill's good for me. One is close, and two, there's no congestion charge. So you must agree to that.
But Queensway, there's no congestion charge.
Actually, but there's parking problem.
But I'll say, I know all these bits. I used to work in the area. Trust me, I used to work in this. I parked in Queensway, I parked in Bayswater, I parked in Holland Park, Notting Hill Gate, all these bits. I used to do a job where I used to go all these places. So I know pretty much inside out all these areas. And if you park there for an hour, you're looking at maximum 5 quid, 5-6 quid. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. Because what you're doing, brother, here, is you're taking the risk of saying you're going to go to his house, blah, blah. You've already, the guy's history. You know the guy's history.
But Aki, the thing is this, that he doesn't know when he leaves his house. Right? He doesn't know when he makes that trip into Central. He doesn't know. He doesn't know himself. But what he does know is when he wakes up in the morning, he does his prayer. He's at home. He knows in the morning that when he drops.
It's an option. It's an option, but we gotta have Plan B and Plan C and Plan D.
So
it's an option.
So Plan A is for me. Phone him. Tell him, look, I'm gonna give you the computer, but I'm picking it up from Queensway. I mean, I'm picking it
From
up from your
Mill
house.
Hill, yeah. Mm.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And any problems we have, I can, we can iron it out there and then. I don't have to come to you. It doesn't
If
matter.
he says yes, fair. That's
if
fine.
he says no, then I'm going to say to him, Aki, you know what, the thing is this.
Then give me a time and date where I can come and see you at the place.
That's it.
Stop messing around with me. I need this for business, brother. Please. Yeah?
That's it. That's it.
So that's plan B.
Yeah, that's it.
Plan C. If he says yes, fair and good. If he says no, we need a plan C. He's not going to say no, of course. Not going to say no. Okay, plan C. Plan C.
Plan C is a more expensive route because plan C is like you're going to have to see someone else.
Yes.
And someone else is one. It's like an English thing. If you're doing construction work with an Englishman and the contractor, for some reason you get into an argument and he leaves, another one comes in. First thing, he looks at the job, so he knows you're at a disadvantage. So he's going to put at least 20% on top of the job anyway. Two, he might turn around and go, you know what, I'm gonna reconstruct all this again. He hasn't done it correctly.
But have you been at least looking around? At least, because I know with some people they will literally banish you and will cost you an arm and a leg all over again. But there might be other options. Have you been looking around?
I haven't because the reason why I haven't is because you see, he works in a computer fair and he's got a good link with these computer people.
Yeah.
So he does the repair. There's some people selling software. There's some people doing all this crazy stuff, and that is in the Olympic Shoreditch, wherever that is.
Oh yeah.
The Olympic.
I know Olympic Park in Stratford. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
He on Sunday.
Yeah.
He's there reliable.
Okay.
So when my friend met him, he met him in the computer fair. So he's got a link with all these computer people, so he can get hold of software.
Clearly he's the right guy for the job. There's no doubt about it. Like you say, he's got experience, he's got all that, yeah. But the problem you're having is getting hold of him. Yeah, clearly he's I'm not disputing he's the right guy.
No.
So if you got hold of him, maybe you'll get somewhere with him. Of course, yeah. So then maybe your focus should be, you maybe need to change your tone.
Of course,
you're being a bit frustrated and understandable.
Actually, with you,
yeah.
I'm with you. You can see the frustration, yeah. But it's you.
That's fine.
It's you.
You can be like this with me, no problem.
Do you understand? But with him,
yeah,
it's going to be
counter. You need him at the end of the day.
It's going to be counterproductive if I lose, because like I'm 50, you know. I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to scream and shout at him. I'm going to speak to him very nicely and say, look, you know what? You went to Hajj. You went to Mecca.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. Just have the conversation with him. How are you, brother? You know,
please,
blah blah blah. Yeah.
Please just configure this.
I've got a job coming. Just say to him, I've got a job lined up. Yeah, and I need the laptop by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Something. Give him specific deadlines. So maybe this way, if he said to him, I'm going to come and see you tomorrow, he does blah, blah. And I said to him, look, brother,
when can
I've got a job coming up end of next week. I need to have the laptop ready by Friday. So now you give him Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Brother, by Friday, I need to have the laptop ready. Yeah. Shall I come and see you at your house? Or shall I come to... Exactly, like this.
Yeah.
Give him 3. Brother, I've got a job coming up. I've got a contract lined up. And I need the laptop for this. So you give him the thing, right? Because when you give people reason, there's also studies being done. If you give people reason for why you need something, believe it or not, it triggers something in their mind. Okay. So you tell them, look, brother, you've done a fantastic job, but there was a little issue with configuration. Yeah. Just look into that for me because I need the laptop, only because I've got a job lined up and I need to start the job by the end of the week. So, brother, today is Monday. I need to have the laptop by Friday. Yeah? I'm happy to come to your house to bring it to you. Or I can come to the Queensway, but one is best for you. Like that, give him the option.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this way, at least he knows that why you need to think. Again, you've got a job lined up. Deadline. And you're not putting too much pressure on him. You give him 5 days. Yeah. Okay, today's Monday, but I need it by Friday.
The thing is, what you said I'm going to do anyway.
Yeah.
That was in my mind anyway. Because the thing is, trust me.
Yeah.
When I paid that £40.
Yeah.
There was smoke coming out of my ears.
Of course.
Yeah?
Understand.
Second, you know. Second is Ramadan.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but our people, when it gets to Ramadan, our tempers become very, very short-tempered people.
And the opposite should be true.
Yeah,
the opposite should be true.
But the thing is, the thing with me is that I've been very angry.
Yeah,
I've been very angry. But the thing is I I'll be honest with you, I read Quran every day.
MashaAllah.
And what it does, it's like a big balloon.
Yeah.
And it put a pin in it. And the more I read, the more it just
deflates you. All the tension out.
And then I pick up this book called The Nectar.
Yeah.
I'll show you this book.
Rahiq al-Makhtoum. I know. The Seer Nectar.
Yeah, that's it.
I've read it.
Then I read that, yeah.
Alama Marbafuki, the Indian scholar.
So I read that, Aki,
yeah.
And you see Muhammad Sallam, perfect person.
Yes.
Yeah? And you see the stress that he goes through.
Yes.
And then the more I read about him, the more I look at myself. Because Aki, look, I'm not working, right? But I got clothes, I got running water, I got, if I want to...
You do not look like a man who's not working.
And then actually the thing is, if I pick up the phone, like you pick up the phone, if you need the police, if you need the ambulance, you got it there. We live in this, we live in a world, where...
We live in indulgence, in luxury.
We live in it, but the thing is, you look at him, and he's Allah's, and he's favored by Allah.
Correct.
But Allah didn't, the thing is, when he became prophet, it wasn't as if when he opened his mouth, everyone turned around and went, you know what?
Fantastic.
Whatever my fathers and my generations did, all of them are rubbish.
Yeah.
We're gonna follow you, right down to his uncle.
Yes.
And I think then that makes it even that squashes me even more. And I said to myself, man, for him to get to where he got to, and he's Allah's favorite, it means that Allah is not gonna make it easy for me anyway. So within this tragedy, like getting new software, getting this and all this stuff, there has to be a route, a light route, but I can't see at the moment. Because Allah sees.
At the moment, how many kids do you have?
3.
MashaAllah. Are they in school?
Yeah.
Are they doing fine?
Yeah, they're
okay. So Allah says, and if you count the favors,
you can't
count.
Yeah.
So I've got one daughter, and she's autistic.
Okay. My oldest is autistic.
Okay, but I only have one daughter. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're all going through a test, but you can imagine that's a test, right?
Of course it is.
It's a test, It's a huge.
How old is your daughter?
6 years old. It's a huge test, yeah. And other things pale in comparison to that.
Yes, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we get frustrated about work, about this, about that, but the health of our children is the most important.
It's the most important.
So, alhamdulillah, Allah gave you 3 children. At least 2 of them are perfectly healthy. That's something to be really.
You know what? They're all perfect. Even yours is perfect.
I know, but I'm saying in terms of the limitations, right? But you see, I thought you would say that 3 of them are all, but anyway, alhamdulillah. Anyway, so I'm saying. There are issues and there are issues.
Yes,
and we're all doing this job, brother. I meet hundreds of people, and you'd be surprised how everyone has got their own. I have people crying with me. I have English people with blonde hair and blue eyes crying because they're so poor, because they have 0 pennies. You look at them. If they walk in the street, you will think, "Oh, these people must be rich." No, they're not. It's lies. They have nothing.
Same as me, yeah.
Exactly. But this is their country. This is you and I, at least we're immigrants at the end of the day, even though we've lived here all our lives. But this is their country, and then you think, how can he be in your country, have all the potential and all the possibilities, and be in this situation? But something little is so. Well, to me, there's little. To them, it's a huge. It's a huge issue. So I'm being a bit biased, looking at it from because I'm thinking I've got issues and I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
Why? But Allah burdens every soul what it can carry. Allah does not burden a soul more than it can carry. In Allah la yukallifu nafsan illa.
You could have a millionaire.
Yeah.
You could have a millionaire and he's got all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Everything perfect externally.
Yes.
He can't have children.
I've got a guy, friend of mine, Romanian guy. He's been here for 7 years. He's a millionaire. He owns 3 houses. You should see the house he has in Northwood. Friend of mine, acquaintance of mine, The guy is completely depressed. I was having a chat the other day with him. Completely depressed. You know why? He has no love life. He goes to me, I don't want any of this. He's got cars. He's a millionaire. And he's not even educated. I mean, I've got a degree, I've got a master's, all that. He's not even educated, But Allah just gave it to him, just like that. He's a builder, things worked out for him. He's got 3 houses. He's got, you should see the car he drives. And he was completely distraught when I saw him last time. Completely distraught. Because he says to me, I don't want none of these. So it speaks to your point.
Okay, because if you give an example, my cousin, he came in 83.
Yeah.
Well, I was born here, but he came and he was a milkman delivery. He's a millionaire. Yeah, he hasn't paid me because I put a few houses in for his application. He never paid me. I did 6 houses for him. Actually, you know what? You know, he's gone past that stage of buying houses. He's not there anymore. He's buying land and he's putting flats on it. So freehold land, and it's but everybody, you know, Alapak, you know, we're all going to have to answer. We all, you know, like we started our conversation with Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and we should end it with him by saying, if he, which is 100%, you can't dispute, he's going to heaven and he's going to be the highest point of all of us. Yeah, if we even make it, Akhi, if you even make it, because you could be a man who's praying 5 times a day, but before your day's end, you could become kafir, or you could be kafir, and at the end of the day, when it gets to your death, you become Muslim. A guy knocked on my door Tuesday. I was supposed to pick up the girls. I was late because of him. The reason I was late because of him, he knocked on my door and he was talking about dog charities. And I said to him, you know, I would love to help you, but we donate more to the mosque and we donate more to like a zakat for other things. And then he started a conversation of saying that, oh yeah, I've got a copy of the Quran. You can see he's got a tattoo of the cross here. Actually, he's telling me he's uncomfortable with religion and he's starting to get into Islam. Boom, something went off. I forgot my daughters and I'm thinking to myself, this human being, if I talk to this guy and he's going to Middle East anyway, he's on the verge of becoming a Muslim. So you have to understand one thing.